We gonna be able. Okay, you right here. We good. We good.
There you go.
Hey, Shalom Malakion. Hey, we want to give our praise to our Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Honor to the apostles, the elders, every will. Peace and me say, takes to the archeon, this toilet, and this truth. We out here again. This is a prophesy. That's what it's all about. To wake up our people, wake up the elect, let them know what's going on in the world by the lenses of these scriptures. All right, because there's a lot of things that's going on. You know, chiefly what we've been seeing. I'm brother, sir, you brothers can attest. I know you seen a video recently. There's been a lot of judgment going out on these women. Man. Have y'all been seeing that?
Yeah.
And that's because tension is high and resources are getting low. And you know, the weak of society is being preyed upon. That's what we're seeing. So if we can't, what's that? Isaiah the 3rd chapter, going into rise of the women that are at ease. Is it 32 or is it 3?
It might be.
It might be 32. You guys might be.
Isaiah.
Isaiah 3 or 32.
I think it might be Isaiah 32.
I always get those two. Or two women that are at.
Oh yeah,
Verse 9, go ahead, Malak.
So Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women.
That's right. So we are in that time to where, guess what? Women are being called out. And it's very spiritual that is happening. Right? There's a reason why you turn on the news and women are being slain. Right? People don't put two and two together. Especially our women. They don't realize that their ways are not pleasing for the Heavenly Father. Y'all, if anybody got something to say, please, y'all go in.
I was thinking about this earlier today. The gender dynamics, all right, that the roles between the man and woman, it's going to be restored through this judgment taking place.
Yep.
That's why, it's a reason why in Isaiah 4:1 it said the women going to be saying, just let me be called by your name. I was thinking because that there's going to be something that's taking place upon the earth that's causing the women, these proud women, it's like women that's going to be saying this. This is the proudest woman on the earth, man. What would happen that would cause her to say something like that? Just let me be called by your name. I got that. Okay, great.
Isaiah 4:1. It is that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Yeah. So, because these things are taking place upon the earth, women are going to revert back to their natural roles as a helpmeet. All right? Elder Gabar said this maybe 8 months ago. He did a lesson. He said, women are accessories to power. Wherever the power lies, women are going to be there by default. Okay? And then that in the time coming, the power, the safe haven from the destruction is going to be the defensive Lord. Right. So by default, that's where the women are going to go, and they're going to be on, our program. The same way we have to go on the Lord's program. It always baffled me that we understand the concept of we have to relinquish control to Yahweh Shai, and just trust in good faith that good days, bad days, He's going to have it turn out for our good in the end. We understand that as men of the Lord, but the woman can't get that concept. Right. She's going to get it at that day. Yeah, something you want to say, brother? I got it. Real quick.
Proverbs 8 and 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. And I brought that out, it's because a beautiful precept to that is Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge be the stability of our times. See, a lot of people, they might have these various goods in this world, but they're not going to know how to maneuver in that time to come. See, we had to skid it. We know who our enemies are. We understand where we can go, where we need to go, what we don't need to go, who we need to cling on to, right? But a lot of people, they're going to fold. They're going to be making pacts with the enemy, and they're going to lead their women to destruction. See, wisdom is going to shine in that day. it's going people are gonna know these are the men that was diagnosing the problems of the world and prophesying, letting us know what was to come. We should follow them. You know, that's gonna be the true riches. It's wisdom.
So then there's the good news is, man, hey, even though you've been in hell all this time, there's a pathway to a kingdom, there's a pathway to peace, there's a pathway to righteousness. But there's only one way to it, man. You gotta seek that righteousness, seek meekness, so you may be hidden in the day of the Lord's anger. All right? But our people, they're trying to find all these different avenues, you know, to find peace, to find happiness. And there's really only one avenue, man. That's through Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shah, whose blood was shed so that we can even have a pathway to the Father. Go ahead.
Just a quick one back and see we got pathway. This is John 10:1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is as a thief and a robber.
Yeah, man. You got to stick by the book. Before we even came over here, the elder brother Margala said what? He said, man, I don't want to just break off and come over here. Things have to be done in order. There's a certain order that you have to do things, man, with the Most High. It's his will, not your own. You got to, I mentioned, I said the phrase earlier, relinquishing control to the Lord, man. We understand, look, I'm doing what he said to do, and that's it. I'm not adding nothing to it. I'm not going to mess up the recipe to salvation.
Verse 2, John 10:2, it says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out.
Yeah, man. So there's a specific way that we come into this thing. There's specific instructions, and there's men that were examples to us on how to walk this walk, man. There's no other way. You got it. Hey, the straight gate, man. Woo! The straight gate.
Okay, good. Back in Isaiah 32:9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days shall ye be troubled, you careless women. For the venture shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Ooh, the venture shall fail. We see that going on now. Hey, can somebody jump to Ecclesiastes 12 when it says the grinding shall cease? Because there's very interesting commentary on that I read years ago in regards of the grinders. And, in the ancient world, in order to get like certain grains grounded, you have women that were actual grinders. You know what I'm saying? That would grind the mills up, the grains up. You know what I'm saying? Now the people call themselves grinders, right? Well, the grinding is ceasing, especially for you women, right? Hey, these schools are shutting down, things of that nature, and a lot of women that are single parents, they had to do? They had to take off in order to take care of their children. Right. Now they're using sick days, FMLA days. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them don't even have that, so they're missing out on money taking care of their children.
A lot of these women too, man. Like being in my occupation, man, a lot of these women, man, they really are at ease, man, because you got all these different government assistance programs such as Texas Rent Relief, all these things that these women can fall back on. They get extra. They getting extra now with these food stamps, the child tax credit. Now what you have is tax season coming up. You know what I'm saying? So these women are they really are at ease, man. You know, this place is designed. If you're a woman, you good. You know, everything is catered to you, ladies' night. You get drinks free, all this other bullshit, man. Everything is catered to the woman, man.
All the laws, the statutes in this government cater to the woman. In the West, man, especially Western society, all the laws are to strip the man of any authority. That's why the women on this side, like the brother's saying, they can lean on the government, they can lean on their daddy Esau for rent relief, for any kind of protection, which is why they're in the spirit to where they don't respect the men. They don't want to submit up to the men. Because they don't use men for protection, to provide. So naturally a woman, she's like, nigga, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
I already got a man. I got the government. I don't really need you, but dick. That's how they think.
Hey, there was this one video of this woman talking about, hey, these apps they pay now. I don't need no man. I could just depend on the app. And that very woman was in Louisiana somewhere. I don't want to say I don't want to misquote say New Orleans, but she a couple weeks later, she on that rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a flood, it was a hurricane. Hey, it's me and my kids, y'all pray for me. Yeah. Now, and guess what? Guess who you had to depend on to get your ass up out of there? A man.
Right.
So when that time comes of a flood, right? Symbolically speaking, guess what? Guess who you gonna be leaning on? A man.
Yeah.
But first, a lot of these women gonna get a foot up your booty.
Majority of the people that's going to be perishing is going to be women.
Yeah.
So when the enemy, like the brother said, when the enemy come in like a flood, they going to turn to the men of value are going to be the men that are pursuing. How about you? So that's going to be the hiding place for the wind. You had something to get more of this one.
All right, back in Isaiah 32 and 11, it says, "Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins."
I can put the favorite prime example, just like that video, when they say judgment going out, we had a video where this woman, she went into the bank, came out, her husband just pulled up, and all of a sudden he just ran and tried to hit her. Mr. turned around and then he hit her and ran up on the pole.
Yeah.
So he basically killed her and took her out. Said it was no words, people that, like witnesses said it was no words being spoken. He just pulled up and just started trying to mow her down. You know?
Hey, another woman in Chicago, beautiful young lady, man, got popped in the face, and supposedly it was a cop, and they're saying, well, allegedly, no charges have been brought up, but this woman got shot in the face. Beautiful young woman. Another woman in Houston, 23-year-old. This young girl got shot 22 times. They killed her and the dog. Damn shame to do that, dog.
They shot a 22 like
22.
They went out to get her.
They were hurt. Yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. You know what I'm saying? But that's happening more and more often. You know what I'm saying? And we out here telling you that it's going to happen. Did you have something like that? Did you have something like that?
This is Jeremiah 5, verse 28. It says, they are waxing fat. All right, It says, they are waxing fat. They shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. One thing about it, hey, they said it said that they wax fat. You have all these different Jakes, because when you go into that scripture, when you go into this chapter, that's going to who? That's going to Jake. That's going to the wicked men of Israel. So you having Jake that's going around, that's doing wickedness, but yet they seem like they're prospering. All right, you got like you say, you still got the drug dealers in the hood. You still got the ones that do crime, the robbers, murderers. Yet they don't get caught. They feel like everything's at a good case. But the Lord, He's gonna basically use a lot of these Jakes or a lot of these people in general to bring forth judgment unto others. All right, before the Lord exercise His right, His judgment unto them. So it's gonna be people walking around and they're gonna have that mind and spirit of the man that ran over his wife just to happen. Then you be like, what happened? I don't know. I snapped. It just clicked on me. No, that was the Lord putting that spirit on you to do that.
That's right. That's right.
Where we at with it?
Beautiful people now. You know what I'm saying? It goes to the purpose of what the brother just brought out. They when we were bringing out, they wax, what's it, they wax,
it says, verse 28.
hey, these females, man, they'll go on they'll have 5 dates or 3 dates. And one day go back home to their men. There's a woman that actually did that. You know,
They call it foodie days.
yep.
For the women that they'll give the man this for the second food. This for the second food. Then they'll go back home to the man.
And cook him.
So now
And iron.
Like in Jeremiah 6:28, he said they are that waxing fat. They shine, yea. They overpass the deeds of the wicked.
That's right. And look at our women. Look at all the negative cliches or the negative slang that our women have produced. You got the oh, he's an F boy. Oh, I got a side in. Oh, I got a Sancho, right? You know, it's you know, I got a BM. I mean, BD, a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? They got songs about abortions, about throwing the kids away, got dances. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to say she's the main tool. She might be the main tool to push out that wicked vibration in the earth.
I'm saying that she's beginning of wickedness.
Tomorrow we all die. Yeah. Oh, damn it, she is. I want to back you up, brother. This is Proverbs 12:26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. So our people, like you said, there's some passages that they've been seduced by it, and not only that, and they're taking it to a whole nother level.
They like the sun. So next time we get something, we gonna say, if I do it, I'm gonna do it to go all out with it. That's what Jake did.
He's all smart because he knows that we are salt the earth. So when he uses us and to do his wickedness, he knows he's going to be more potent if he gets victory.
He's trying to sell something.
Yeah, he's going to use Jake.
Yeah, that's the face of it. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge.
Hey, the brother, the Malak here, he just brought out the fact that these women, they depend on the government versus depending on the father of their child. So they don't plead the cause of the fatherless, but they break up the family structure, right, for their narcissism. So you got women that do all these things, that are cheat, sleep around, right, jump to man, right, and totally negate their obligation to their their man first and foremost. They feel like their children come first. Right? Yeah. Well, the man is the strength of the household.
But that's been replaced with all this infrastructure that the devil has set in place. You don't need a man to provide for the government to do that, EBT and all the programs that you talk about. All right? You don't need a man to, so to speak, teach your children things. They got the television. They got the school. They got Esau's school system. You learn all that there. So you know what I mean? The women, they don't really actually see the purpose or the value of a man. Think about being an Israelite woman growing up in society. All you see is this shit.
Right.
Isaiah 10:1, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the people, from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. You know?
So these people have committed iniquity by their laws and their decrees that they pushed. All right? And there's going to be a recompense for that. I got a precept. This is on Sirach 10:7. It says, pride is hateful before God and man. And the scriptures call Esau, most proud. Okay? And by doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this devil going to be stripped out of his power seat because of the iniquity that he's pushed. He think he's made all these provisions, to override the process of the Most High, but he's going to come to naught, man. He's going to be stripped out of that process like it goes into Isaiah 47.
What is Zechariah 1? He said the Lord was so pleasing with the heathen that are at ease, but you got heathen that are relaxed. Because what? They put Jake in the forefront. They got Eve to push out the man. And now what? They regain power. When you go to the hoods and stuff, you're going to have, what? A heathen in the convenience stores. And what are you going to do? When Eve walking there, a lot of them be taken to the back. You know, they basically be having Eve as some of their women around the neighborhood. Yeah, the bodegas and all that.
Especially in the Northeast,
So a lot of things, and that's how things get turned down. Cause they look at a Jake and be like, you know, what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do for me? Ian? Yeah, I understand.
Bring it to the table. I have the table.
But she gonna get money from who?
She's a harlot, man. She's become a harlot for all the other nations. She's beneficial to every other man, every other nationality besides the Israelite man. You know what I mean? So when you're talking, you was going into the persons over there earlier, that's prophecy. And the Lord had these, he also, had these things happen so that we can have breadcrumbs to come back to our heritage. Because now we can go look at the scripture and say, this only fits us. It only fits us.
Isaiah 1:8, it says, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumber, as a besieged city.
Where they get took. Basically. Hey, because it talk about that in Isaiah 5:1, how basically the Most High tore down our hedges because we were his, basically his garden. He tore down the hedges so we could be devoured, man. Well, how much more so for our women? Our women have been devoured by, physically raped and ravaged, and now it's mentally. Now to the point now that our women, they subscribe to all the stereotypes that were given to us during slavery.
These are manufactured niggas. All right? And it's so beautiful. Because of that, our hedge was taken away. We can see what the value of a man is. If you don't have that hedge of protection, that guardrail from death, look at what can happen to the nation. And the women are getting ready to see, oh, this is what a man is for. He's a hedge of protection. He's a guardrail from death. He's a counselor. He's a guide. All those things that we are to her, our side is to us. It just kind of trickles down. So we get the concept. We get that we need a hedge of protection, somebody that we have to submit to. You know what I mean? We're not questioning every little thing. What the hell we look like questioning? You know what I mean? But our women, they can't even comprehend these concepts. But they're going to be forced to because of the destruction and the woe that's coming from the earth.
Like I say, the time women feel like they can be free, do like a man, I can do this man and that man, it's going to come to a halt. Because like it says in the scripture, 7 women can hold on to one man. And they just want to be with them, be called by their name. Why? Because they can stay away from, well, basically stay from what? Anger, from a destruction, all right? And being ravaged.
And that behavior that these women sleeping with every other dude, bringing these dudes to an apartment, it's gonna be a scare to them when this shit pop off. All these niggas know where you live. All these niggas know how to have access to you.
What you about?
Hey,
More about each other.
yo, yeah.
Very fab. They know how to play the game. They know how to get in your mind too.
And that mindset that I said, now you can't get a woman. A woman with dirt thinking her mind is sharing her man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. The conversation is up.
Damn, I share a nigga. You know what I'm saying? We gonna hear that your ass on that mindset gonna change.
Hey, you starting to see that? You starting to see that change, that transition is happening. There was a post a couple months ago. This woman talking about, excuse my language, talking about, girl, your nigga is my nigga too. That's a nigga story.
That's our nigga.
That's our nigga. Yup. Because they starting to realize, a lot of these women starting to realize, like, don't nobody want you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be super bad for a white dude to get with you. You an average black woman with a weave hair, bad build, hot belly. Nobody want that. Nobody want that shit, man. Loud. Nobody want that.
They especially realize that after they done hold through their whole 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit starts to not be where it's supposed to be at. know what I mean?
These women that hit 38 and try to reinvent themselves.
Humble down, act like
I'm
you
a vegan.
No, bitch, you been home for a decade. Yeah, 20 years home.
Yeah, right. Now you a vegan. Yeah, now you listen to affirmations in the morning. Get your ass up here.
Making somebody wait 90 days.
Hey, I'll say this. To the few sisters that repent, you know what I mean? Hey, but shit, that's far and in between.
Yeah, you gotta keep your head down, baby girl. 'Cause, you know, we know you got
The shoe fit, you know?
Hey, we ain't talking down though.
It's a ritual circle.
Hey.
Sirach 26 and quick verse 22. It says, an harlot shall be counted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
How many brothers experienced that?
What you talking about, brother?
I'd rather have a woman that's a tower against death, man. Hey, it's like I said, it's far in between. They out there somewhere. We just ain't seen them. You know what I mean? So we know that death toll, especially on the women's side, is going to be very high.
Right.
You know, even King Solomon said, I searched for 1,000 women, I found none righteous. I searched 1,000 men, I found for one. You know? Yeah, so the Lord always gives you ratios and proportions. You know, that's less than 1%. Hey, you might have to search 10,000 women to find one that got some goddamn sense.
Right. David went down there, what is his name, when he was basically riches and what's his name, man? And David went down to basically slay him, but his wife got everything together and beat him.
Yeah, I know you talking about. Get the name.
I forgot his name, but he died right there. But the thing is, that was the woman that basically looked at her after her man. Abigail. So, Abigail with King David's wife. Before she was married, she was already married. And he basically, what? He talked junk to King David, and King David, what? He got on the horses. They said he was going down to the what? Slay him. And his wife got food and everything gathered up, wine, and sent it to meet him, just to basically keep her husband from dying. But with all that, she showed that she was a good woman, but the Lord did what? Took his life and gave him up to King David. And that's how it really going to be in these times. You're going to have these women that's going to be looking for good men. And then they've been talking all their lives. You're not going to find no good men. You're going to just basically say, you know, well, I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing, but no man ain't going to want you.
Right. Middle of a pandemic.
This 1 Timothy 2:15. It says, notwithstanding, actually let me start up. Verse 13. 1 Timothy 2:13. Where Adam was first born, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved. And this salvation is what we all seek. Alright? She shall be saved in childbearing.
Right.
Alright,
basically by laying on your back.
Yeah.
Being. Yeah, bring forth the seed, man.
So it's a lie. I read that because it's a lie. What's going to happen to the woman who has been ingrained in her head and she doesn't need a man? Okay? She's not going to receive that salvation. It's going to be a realization that you actually, in fact, do need a man. And on top of that, you're going to be having this man's children. Okay? You're going to be saved in childbearing. So the goal for us all here is to be delivered out of the destruction. That's the goal for everybody. Right. There's a lot of, even these people that don't know it yet, everybody on earth, they go in their time and go, I just hope I can make it out of this. Right? Right? So these women are getting, the ones that are still alive, they're going to realize, oh, there's only one avenue to receive salvation. Even, you know, you may not even be with a man in the Lord right now, but the Lord's going to navigate it to those sisters that are supposed to be saved, they're going to end up being with him. Right. He's going to be their covering.
That's right. That's right. Or she's going to be a believer. She's going to repent and just do the right thing.
Yeah. And eventually, even her, the Lord going to usher her in with her brother.
That's right.
So that's me?
Yeah.
That's all good.
I think I'm good.
Oh, no, I got it. It's a different chord.
It's a different chord? Okay.
I'll wait till it get to 10. It's fine.
Okay, come on. You sure?
Yeah. It'll alert me.
Okay.
back in Isaiah 32, in verse 2, it says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Yeah, man. That's going to be the safe haven from all the destruction. A man that fears it, how about Yahweh Shai? So this whole notion, this whole culture of you don't need a man, being independent, it's a smoke screen, man. It's not true.
Right.
Yeah.
No, what you're saying is right, man, because really you need 2 incomes in order to survive here. Right. A lot of these women, they get up in age and they realize, damn, I don't have a savings account. Damn, I can do all this by myself. You look up and you're 65 and you've been working a job that only pay at the most 50 a year. That ain't nothing. That's not enough to retire on.
Like you a bad bitch. Even the women that these other women look up to, the harlots that they look up to, how do they have a safe haven in that nice condo?
They got a man.
They go trick off. They got a sponsor. You're not thinking. You need a man.
Right.
The world doesn't. If you live in it or you move in it, you got to think a man for that. You need a man, bro. Just like we need Yahweh Shai, you need somebody too. What? You know anybody? I'm an independent man. That's a stupid thing to say. You need somebody, man. You need a savior.
Right.
It's like we need a savior. We have people over us. We have people that God is tutor us in particular matters. You're going to have that too. What are you thinking about?
At the end of the day, so that's the order that the Most High set up, man. The woman need a man, you know?
It's a really a retarded thought, man. It's just the conversation. When you have that talk, you try to reason with somebody, you actually do. It's just pride. It's not based in any fact or logic. It's just pride.
They wonder why they so lonely. Like
and unhappy.
The my God was talking about. They look up 38. They ain't got no savings account. They lonely.
The kids don't like it.
Yeah.
Kids don't fuck with you.
A lot of them like to want to chase their career. They don't have kids. Yeah, they old. They, you know what I'm saying? Got all these damn degrees. Your ass lonely as hell, man. They got shit to show for it, man. You know?
A lot of the older women at my job, man, they still trying to. Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're like 47, 50 years old. Why you still trying to throw somebody some box? What do you think? What the fuck happened to your life? You failed his life.
Yeah, you 40, 50. Spirit men and everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, many women are into all types of stuff. One minute you an author, next minute you a traveling agent. Last year we talking about opening up a boutique.
Yeah.
What happened to that? It just you're living in a fantasy. A lot of these women are living in a fantasy.
None of that shit works. You're still under the curses. Now you a foot model. That's how you make your money.
Your ass living off of Section 8. 65 years old, and all you got is a basket with the show for. Damn the bag. Man, well, hey, man, what happened to one sister boo, man? She like, you got your thing? Yeah. They had a basket. That's it. I'm like, they got no furniture. They got no laundry. Nothing. Gone. Basket is blown. But you independent.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, so the Most High is gonna issue out. See, what's the reason why these women are in ease is because the economy. They're able to live in a very delicious, and so because the victual is so cheap, they think that they're in good standing. Alluded to the second edge of the 16th chapter. But as the economy begins to crack, we start to see inflation increase. It has increased the most in like 40 years. I want to say. The price of chiefly that food is getting more and more expensive. You're gonna see more people become more frantic. A lot of these food banks are running out of food because people are going to them.
Yeah. I still got that precept to talk to.
Come.
It's
Yeah. I was gonna just make a point on what the Khan just read, man, in Isaiah. Can you read it again?
Isaiah 32:2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
That just goes to show how important a man is going to be in that day, man. You know, it says a what? It says, read it again.
It says a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind.
Hiding place from the wind is talking about the thermonuclear destruction.
And a cover from the tempest. And rivers as rivers of water in a dry place.
Rivers of water in a dry place. Just think about this. If you're in a desert and that sun is beating down on you and you see what they call an oasis, you know, you go up and you find and you see and you come up to some water and you're out there thirsty as hell, that water is going to be the most important thing on the planet to you, man. You know? Which is, he's likening this to a man. You know, not just any man, the men of the Lord, because you read in Isaiah the 13th chapter, it tells you that he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Golden wedge of fur, man. You know what I'm saying? Very important, read.
It says, as rivers of water in a dry place, there's a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
There you go, same thing. If you out there in a weary, dry place, you know, sun beating down on you, and you come upon this rock that's casting out some shade, that's going to be a beautiful thing to you, man. It's going to become very important. You know, you can't wait to get up under there and get that moment, you know.
Like you said about the water in the dry land,
right.
You're not gonna leave. Once you find that water, your ass ain't going nowhere. That's right. Stay right there.
Chill.
Yeah,
chill. Right, John. Chill right there. And be happy.
You'll be known to leave.
It'll be suicide.
Right.
Right? It'll be suicide.
Right.
They show it in the cartoons all the time. They show the rest of the problem. And then they see that, they're like, is that a pond? And it's like, you know, that's all that matters to them.
Right.
So that man that's made his fun as gold, he's going to be more important than your silly ass job.
There it is.
Right? He's going to be more important than all those things. Man.
Right.
Hey, and before that cartoon, they find that oasis, guess what? When they with their friend or something, they look at their friend, their head turned to a hot dog, steak. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women, they gonna be thinking some crazy things, but that's it. A lot of these women are gonna do crazy things. A lot of these women are gonna be commit cannibalism. They talk about that in either First or Second Kings.
You mentioned Elder Malcolm in his lesson. I don't know if it was today or maybe 2 days ago. He said those same keys you've been using as a paycheck are gonna be your food source. So that's prophecy.
Right.
And you got those things are gonna happen again. When you go to Matthew the 24th chapter and 21st verse, it says the worst time that's ever, you know, there's going to be documented and undocumented is getting ready to take place.
Right.
Now remember in 70 AD, that took place. People were eating there too. So you know the things that are happening this time, you know, by default, have to surpass what happened then. So it's going to be even on a higher level. I got a real quick.
No, go ahead.
You can ask me
No, you good.
Okay, Deuteronomy 28, and I'll start at 54. Actually, I'll start at let's see here. I'll start at 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly, and the siege and straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in thy gates.
The Lord of man that he shall lie. Those things are going to happen.
Secretly. They'll try to be done.
Hey, where little Timmy at?
Yeah.
Where little Timmy at?
He ran away. I don't know.
I don't know. Little Timmy must have ran away.
He was gone.
You must got food there. You ain't looking as hungry as you was. Those things are going to happen, man.
Sidebar.
So we're trying to warn the people of the great death that's getting ready to come, but they still in this folly spirit, man. All right.
right, this second.
I got you. Okay.
All right, this 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 24. And it came to pass after this, Benadad king of Syria gathered all the hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and a fourth part of a calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Man. That's more than that.
Yeah.
I get the point, but go ahead.
Okay, God. Verse 26. It says, as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help me, Lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the born floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.
During the time of this siege, you know, there was obviously a famine going on. You know what I'm saying? Where there wasn't any food, man. You know what I'm saying? So of course that hunger is going to set in, and decisions are going to start being made, man. So.
I'll read that again. Verse 28, it says, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.
So they made a deal amongst each other that they were going to eat. They each had a son, and they decided to eat that they were going to eat one of the sons that day, and then they wait and save the other for the next day. You know.
Verse 29. So we boiled my son and did eat him, and I said unto her the next day, give thy son that we may eat him, and she had hid her son.
So they ate the one woman's son, and came to the next day, and she's looking to do the same with the other woman's son. But the other woman, she hid her son, man, after eating her son,
You know that northern tribe.
Yeah. Man.
Northern tribe women know how to judge. Especially the Issachar, right? People thinking that the Northern tribe women, Northern tribe general would be like slow. Northern tribe ain't slow. Northern tribe know how to hustle.
They very slick.
They're very slick, very subtle. You already know me how you hungry. What we gonna do? Right. We don't speak in this language, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. This to give that illustration.
Right.
But imagine the mind state though you would have to be in to sit and come to that conclusion. Well, you're gonna eat the children.
Right.
You sitting there, you watch them chop up your child, and then on top of that, they put it on a plate and you eat it. You're in the mind state to eat it. Yeah, when that hunger sets in, you get delirious, man. Your judgment is falter. You see what I'm saying? So, what's the defense against that? What's gonna be the defense in that time? Hey, just because we know the Lord don't mean we ain't gonna have some days where we like, damn, I'm hungry. We gonna have days too. That His servants don't eat, but we still gonna be tested just like everybody else. The defense against that is being built up in the spirit. All right, these people ain't gonna be able to weather the storm because all they lead on is their carnality, their whole life.
A movie called, it was back in the day, maybe in the early 90s, called Live, if I'm not mistaken. It was a true story. And it was a
Those soccer players, those rugby players.
Yeah, rugby players. And what did they do? They said we have to eat. They had a meeting. And they had to basically, they bit down and they were like started to butter. They started eating them. And you got to think, some of them were crying when they first started. But then watch them over in the movie, they walk outside, let it sit in the sun, somebody give them, they were eating like beef jerky. So the thing is, it got sort of a norm to it. Yeah, so just thinking you eating your child. You got this woman up eating her child probably crying while she eating. The other woman looking at her like, damn, I want to go do that. And I'm eating her son. Next thing you know, as soon as she fell asleep, she couldn't sleep that night. She just waited for her to fall asleep. Probably took her son off. Come on, man.
You ain't gonna go through that.
I ain't gonna go through that. But that's the thing. That is gonna get to a point when you start looking at something like cartoons, see that as a steak.
Yeah. They put it in a joking way to you, but that's really those are really the stages of starvation. And you gonna starve. If the Lord ain't dealing with you, you ain't gonna have. Look at this. You can't go grow nothing to go pick any food off the tree. Downtown Dallas, and you can't function in society without, you know, bowing down to their God and they manufacture. What are you gonna do?
No, they said they bird shit, they're off in.
Yeah. What else?
Resorted to eat unlawful. Yeah, that's how bad it was, man. You know?
So that's how you know the law can't save you either.
Well, you ain't gonna be eating your y'all eat y'all every bit, man. You know, eat they goddamn dog food, squirrels. So there ain't nothing up, then what, man? You gonna eat some shit like that?
Yeah, man. You gotta, the Lord gonna put the spirit on his elect to be faithful unto death so they can receive that crown of life. You know, I doubt, you know, Lord willing to put none of the brothers go out like that, man. The scripture say that we're gonna eat. But you know, for somebody to resort to that, man, they completely giving up on the Lord.
Yeah, right.
That's what that's symbolic. Hey, the Lord gave us plenty of examples of him providing for those that seek him.
That's right.
He had ravens bring Elijah, you know, food.
Yeah, the angel bring Elijah something. After he killed the prophets of Baal, what was his name? Jezebel, but she found out that he was on the run.
He was on the run.
And then the angels, he was asleep. He was asleep on that tree. The angel woke him up and brought him some food.
Right.
You know?
When he went to the woman's house as well, she had the last bit of what was the meal she had in huh? No, when he was on the run, he went to that woman's house, it was her and her son. All right, and she had like a little bit of meal left in the bowl. The Lord had it to where it kept multiplying to where they were full. I'm gonna go get it.
She kept coming kept putting something over it and it would come back.
Yeah, it was more food. It was constant food.
Yeah.
She was like, it was like last little bit in the bowl.
Just kept on multiplying.
Yeah. It was like, there ain't no way this supposed to be lasting for these weeks.
Hey, because if you really think about it, what we just read, brother, the Quran just broke it down. That's what's happening there. The kings are blockading. These supplies be coming in, bro.
Yeah, siege.
Like it's happening right before our eyes, and those like the trucks are still moving. They're still moving, but they're slowing down. I actually talked to a driver from this big company. I ain't gonna relate. You know what I'm saying? This I don't want to get us some copyright issues, but he was basically telling me, you know, he was like, man, they got me doing a whole bunch of local runs because naturally speaking, it slowed down a lot. This was a major. You know what I'm saying? Put it this way, it starts with wall. I'm gonna let you, you know what I'm saying, fill in the gap.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So they had to do local runs. He's like, man, I'm pissed off. You know, I'm not making any money because I'm supposed to be on the road. They're not able to get any products because those shipments are still out there on the coast, man.
Right.
You gotta think them cargo shipments, those are huge. Yeah. They take weeks to get off. Yeah. So now, like a lot of laws have been deregulated when it comes to trucking, just to speed up the process to get it unloaded, man. Okay.
You said what you were saying about the one with Raw. My neighbor, he worked like at the distribution center, and he was saying, hey, I was like, it's slowing down for you. And I talked to him about maybe a little bit over a month or so, and he was telling me, no, he was like, everything good. He was like, what they're doing is they would take their shipment and take it to and have them pay a little extra money, have them take it to another port. But now, like with the last week or so, he said those ports are backed up now.
Yep.
So now that's going to be delayed. So every time you think you're going to your local main store, it ain't going to be lacking your product. You know, you might say this is a certain brand. Okay, well, I'm going to get this off brand. Eventually, the off brand, it's not going to be no brand. It's going to be product.
That's right.
So what are you going to do then?
And if you've been paying attention, like if you go into certain stores, I'm pretty sure it's all stores now, they're telling you, hey, only get 2 cases of water.
Ration.
It's already being rationed. In some places, the toilet tissue, like last year, the toilet tissue, it's not being found anymore. Last year was a shock test to what's coming on, what's coming out. As you can see, they're already closing down these schools these days. They're gradually bringing in a shutdown right before the people.
What was the dude's name that was in Trump's administration? He says we're in a live action setting. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot his name, but he said we're in a live action test when that was going on. He slip of the tongue. I don't know his name, man. I got to look him up. But yeah, it was a preliminary to what's getting ready to go down, like I'm saying.
Yep.
So what's going to be the defense for that, you know, in the spirit?
Right. Right.
Cause like, you look at all these people that live in these buildings, man, they can't go to their backyard and how the roof was made on. Like, you don't have, you gotta depend on this man. Unless you have the Lord, unless the Lord is with you. But the Lord is gonna be with those who are seeking him, man. So I got the precept I found this start at 10. 1 Kings 17 and 10. All right, the example with Elijah.
1 Kings 17 to 10. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a little woman was there gathering sticks. And he called to her and said, fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I might drink.
Yeah, so he ran across the woman. The Lord had him run across the woman on purpose. And we know, especially being in the truth, you don't just meet people for no reason. Go ahead.
Verse 11, it says, and as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, as Yahweh thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse.
A little bit, a handful, just a little bit. But look what the Lord did for Elijah. Go on.
And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, and I may go in and dress it for me and my son, and we may eat it or die. Die.
And wrap it back to our initial point. This was a blessing to that woman that she ran across Elijah.
That's beautiful.
He was a safe haven from death for her.
Yeah.
Because she ran into a man of the Lord.
I wonder what it meant by that stick. Like, why, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody look it up in the blue letter. I don't got
Yeah,
water.
the 2 stitches. And she should die.
You let somebody go and dress it.
Dress it and die.
I don't know. Maybe it's a good lesson to go into.
Yeah, maybe later. Yeah. I'm just, you know, that's very intriguing that, like, what that stick means. Is like poison or, you know? Yeah. She said,
eat it in.
is she gonna eat it in?
Well, no.
You know?
Yeah, that's good. What's going on? Oh, man. Why me do me like that?
It says,
Hold on. Yeah, you good. Y'all good.
Did you want to go ahead and start charging?
Yeah, I'll charge. I don't know why my streams are shut off like that.
She can start off fire. Okay. Oh, okay.
It said what?
Basically, like she started fire.
Oh, start a fire. Oh, for sure. All right. Well, I should be good though. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, but the point I was making, the Lord had that woman run into Elijah, and she was a hiding place in the wind, like we read. You understand? So we're trying to warn the people of the destruction that's getting ready to go down, but they're concerned with the folly. They don't see all the signs taking place that America's about to be destroyed. There's a particular avenue on how you can deliver out of this. I had to say that for the people walking by, man.
You know, they think everything is a joke. Everything is a Instagram moment. When really some serious times are coming. As you can see, inflation again is at an all-time high. This is going to affect you. This is going to affect what's happening at your storefront. Sure. It's getting more and more expensive to go out to eat. It's getting more expensive to go to the grocery store, right? There's certain these businesses are closed down due to these various
Facebook
pandemics that's going on.
YouTube page,
right? The economy is being destroyed right before your eyes, but yet people are setting up off. Okay. So a lot of people are going to get judged. That woman that did that, she's going to be judged. You know? When it was time for her to sit back and listen, she'd rather be involved. Well, that's the spirit. Yeah. The Lord it's brought balance. You know? What we talk about is deadly serious, man, but America has implanted a very, very childish mindset in our people, bro. In the world as a whole. Very childish, bro.
What's this?
We were back at First King.
This is back in 1 Kings 17. verse 13, it says, and Elijah said unto her, fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son.
Yeah. So the Lord had it to her, okay. In her mind, she probably thinking, well, this is my last meal. That's what she thinking. She ready to perish. She already accepted, like, I'm gonna die, I ain't gonna make it. But as you read on, let's see what happens.
Elijah said, let me give it to me first.
That also show you the spirit that she was in, which is beautiful, man. Our women they don't have that spirit right now. But the conditions, the closer you get to survival mode, the more people revert back to their natural, roles.
Right.
See, we've been this devil has set up society to where we're so far away from having to survive. You can take a warm shower like that. You got toilet paper, you can wipe your ass. You know what I mean? You can go to a whole other side of town to a different state in an hour or so. Convenience, has got people away from the reality of life.
Right.
But in the times that's coming, the Lord's gonna have it to where, we're back closer to that survival line.
Right.
So people gonna revert back to their natural state, man. So that woman, she was in her natural state. She said, this man is giving me instruction, let me follow.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Back in 1 Kings 17 and 14. For thus said Yahweh, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail until the day of Yahweh sendeth rain upon the earth.
Look, so he said, look, until that rain comes, so that she can, have her own food again, allow him to take care of my man, and by default, the woman he's with is going to be taken care of, and the child. Wow. That's the epiphany that you should have. Because the orders given, she followed Elijah's command, Elijah's following Yahweh's command, and through that order happening, he was delivered, she was delivered, the child was delivered, the whole household.
Order back verse 15. And it says, verse 17. It says, and it came to pass after these things, the son of the woman and the mistress of the house fell sick. Verse 15. It says, and she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and he and her house did eat many days.
Many days. The Lord said his servants are going to eat. You know what I mean? So the only defense from the time that's coming upon the earth, because it's going to be a very dark time, and somebody want to get Amos. The times that are coming upon the earth, the only defense and deliverance from it, man, is if you're seeking the Lord, because he's not going to forsake those that are seeking him. All right? Really seeking him with the whole heart. Because there's a difference between knowing you're an Israelite and being one. We see a bunch of Jakes that know they're Israelites, but then they deny Yahweh Shai. They say the name ain't important. John the Baptist ain't, you know what I mean? It's so many different things. It's a difference between knowing and being. So you got
it says, verse 16, it says, and the barrel of the meal wasted not, neither did the fruit of the oil fail, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Elijah.
Yeah, you can speak on it, man, because that's beautiful. That's deliverance, that's protection, that's that hedge of protection from death. How do you get access to it? Well, you got to be seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, so you may be hid. You got to know the name, on top of walking the walk. But you got a lot of people that know they're Israelites. They're depleting the congregation's arsenal. They're sending Israel into battle with a dull sword by saying the name isn't important. Right. By saying, oh, the MOTB, it ain't this. It's Christianity. You're sending. we're in a war, man. All right. In a war, you have to have protection. You gotta have your shield. You gotta have armament. You gotta have these things. And little bit by little bit, you got these Israelite leaders who are depleting Israel of their arsenal. You're setting them up for failure, man. And they're gonna want your head in that thing.
Ezekiel 34:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against these shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus said the Yahweh power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not these shepherds feed the flocks? Now, Jake, look at us as if we gossiping, we're haters and not things of that nature. When we're just diagnosing incorrect doctrine, man. That's all it's all about. Now, that's what we have to focus on. You know, now brothers can get you know, a little silly and, you know, and venture off to other things, but our focal point is really just letting the people know, like, no, that's not correct. We can't as prophets, we can't just allow somebody to say that the MOTB is an embargo. It's 666 white women. It's you know, it's Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Now, all these things, when that's not true. Dog, there's a technology that's going to come into place that's going to totally change society. Blockchain technology, in which they're going to be able to decentralize all these various sectors of your life, and a blockchain is going to be given unto you. Basically, you're going to have a digital fingerprint. Right. And it's going to be for you only. With that technology, they're going to be able to shut it down, bro. It's not. Our movement is going to be tracked.
Yeah. And this has been proven using the scriptures and prophecy without the shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Time and time again. Okay. Brother Tazamah in the lesson a couple days ago, Elder Gabar responded to it. He went into it showing that these people, they don't understand what the image is, what the beast is, what the mark is.
No.
They don't understand any of these things, man. And Israel is leaning on these people who are setting them up for failure for instruction. But at the end of the day, the deceived and the deceiver are his, man.
That's right.
But the Lord has it to where, you know, it's being in the forefront of what's going on. He's put his men out there so you can discern, oh, this is what's going on. He put his spirit on us to go look up stuff, research things, look up languages, all these different things, so that you can have that avenue to escape.
Zechariah 13:3, and it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, Thou shalt not live, for thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord. And his father and his mother that begot him shall thrust him through when he prophesied.
This thing is deadly serious, you know, saying you stand in the light of a man and Lord. Because if you're going off, man, there were certain things that were supposed to happen to somebody who was claiming to be a prophet and leading the people astray. So what does the Lord do? He puts the spirit on us to see that you're going off, say, hey man, you need to repent because you got, you know, you in the danger zone of judgment because you're leading the flock astray.
Right.
But then you guys turn around and say, y'all hate because you riding in the bed. No, nigga. The doctrine.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about?
And that's what it's all about, man. You know, that's what our focal point has to be, out, y'all. Now, you know, all this other extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get caught up going back and forth with these people. We want to, you know, make sure that we are combating doctrine. That's what it's all about. Combating doctrine. Combating wickedness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because what's coming down the pipe, man, is going to change the world, man. It's cryptocurrency, what comes along with it. You know what I'm saying? Blockchain and cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? And the MOTB, that's going to change the game. That's going to lock it down. People are going to be total slaves unto this place, man.
Right. He's trying to beat you to a pulp, man. He's going to really wear out the Saints.
Got these niggas, bro. They got a whole doctrine on saying that it's not the MOTB, man. The chip, not the MOTB. Bro, you dudes, bro. You gonna get that shit, so man. Bro, y'all, I can't, bro. Lord willing, bro. We get to see your fucking face when you niggas get that shit. You realize that you've been lied to, man. It's too late once you get it, man. Hey, man, you niggas got a lot of blood on your hands, bro.
That's right. right? And what we see now is certain ingredients is being injected into for you to basically lead you to that MOTB. So a lot of you shepherds, you got a lot of blood on your hands, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not guiding the flock properly. You're worried about your money. So you're telling your congregation to take the dang on MOTB. I mean, the dang on, these dang on yabs, right? And they're still getting sick. Matter of fact, they're sick, and they're telling a lot of these jobs saying, hey, you sick? If you ate somebody, just come back to work. So what was the point of telling your congregation to take that stuff?
Hey, what did we prophesy when this thing first kicked off? Our elders, from the elders and apostles on down, they said, somehow they're going to lead this thing up to Caracas. And what's happening now? They're linking it up. They said, well, how can we figure out how to see if somebody's sick before they might even know? Right. How can we have somebody's status? You know, a lot of people are losing their vacation calls. Well, yeah, so now we'll take this. Take Caracas, and now, you know, you always got your status on you, you got everything in it, it's convenient, it's this and it's that. So prophecy is playing out. So anybody that says it ain't this, everything that the Lord put the Spirit on us to say is playing out before your eyes. They haven't come up with this plan to force Christianity on all the world. Yeah, that's stupid. You're stupid. And it's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
I don't know if, but that actually had got sent to me. That's, you know, I don't know if you just say, you know, going into
just show it.
Yeah, don't say nothing about it.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Hey, this damn devil's so childish.
Man.
What you say, what?
I can't even get it clear on mine.
Yeah. You might have to read it a lot and just be circumspect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crown Royale.
okay, yeah.
No, you ain't gonna play with it.
I got one more. Let's talk about. Okay,
Let me see.
Oh. Yeah, the Caracas, man.
Atlantic Caragma could be used to verify Crown Royale status.
Hey, the truth is being censored to where we out here playing hopscotch. We out here coming up with code names.
And this is in Sweden. It says,
that was like 6 years ago.
and that's in Sweden.
That was the testing grounds to see how it would function.
Right.
So, you know, I had a teammate back when I was in school. He was from Sweden, and he was talking about. He was like, yeah, everybody got this back home.
Yeah.
I'm probably looking at this nigga like.
And that was one of the countries that really didn't shut down. In the midst of all this, they didn't shut down because that place is already a smart city.
Yeah.
They're all their own crypto, they are on their things.
Which is a clue as to what this thing was really about.
Yep.
Why didn't it? You don't find that strange?
Yep.
That they already had Caragma over there, and they didn't have to shut down. They just kept going, like everything was normal. Why was that?
Yeah. How is that doing?
But you niggas turn purple in the face trying to tell it ain't this. How stupid are you gonna feel? Like your brother said, I just want to get the opportunity just to look at. I ain't even gonna say that to you. I'm just gonna raise my eyebrows, just like, damn, damn, homie.
And that's why I was so adamant about diagnosing false doctrine. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we're so adamant about it is because there is elective.
I ain't lying. We don't like Illuminati.
There's congregation. You know what I'm saying? There's the he told us. There's the elect at most that congregation, man. You know what I'm saying? That's going to wake up. They're going to say, you know what, man, this ain't right. What the people been saying, man, it makes sense. I got to get up out of this, man.
Yeah, we've seen examples of it too. We got a brother that come listen.
Yep.
That he came with like, I just realized one day, these niggas off.
Right.
Like, oh, this shit don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know? So the Lord don't deal with big numbers of people. It's also a sign. What would put show me in the scriptures where a man of the Lord was like, just everybody just come be disciples. Give me a resume. This, and that. You know, the Lord don't work like that. He deals with small numbers of people, man. But all these other congregations, they're about numbers. They're about gimmicks. They put all these things that don't have to do with the doctrine and prophecy and understanding in the forefront of their ministry. Is not that a red flag? Come on, man.
Does somebody have something? Y'all had something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go. You had something, right?
This is Jeremiah 5 and verse 26. Real quick, it says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, and he that set up snares, they are a trap, they catch men. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are the houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich." This is back in Jeremiah 5 and 26, it says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, as he that set a snare. They set a trap, they catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses."
And that's how a lot of these dudes get you, because, man, you got a lot of these dudes are what they call it, eloquent speakers, man. Yeah. They can make the shit sound good. You know what I'm saying? The way they speak, and you know what I'm saying? They attract people, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're not actually looking at what they really saying, or what they saying matching up with what the scriptures say, man. You know?
You can tell because their focus isn't deliverance out of this place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, I sat and watched this guy, he popped up on my suggestions. He's not affiliated with anybody, but he had 30,000 subscribers. I watched the first 3 minutes of the video. In the first 3 minutes, he was promoting his t-shirts, his cash app, you know, all these different things. I'm like, hold up, nigga. Why? He didn't give reverence to the Most High, nothing. He didn't start off. I'm like, I just sat here for 2 fucking minutes of my life. What the fuck are you talking about? People on there, Shalom. I'm like,
They can prefer that.
yeah, he prefers the smooth thing. Man, this thing is about deliverance. Destruction is about to happen, man. We don't got time to be bullshit. Yeah. So somebody that's speaking to you smooth things, they're not going into, hey, watch out for this. The scriptures talk about this. This is when they're not being a watcher of the signs of the times. All they talk about is, you know, they go into the law. We go into the law too. But if that's your focus and you just don't go into prophecy at all, something is up. The scriptures say what the prudent man, he's gonna be occupied with prophecy, man. So why isn't your favorite Israelite group of teachers, why aren't they going into prophecy? Especially right now when everything is playing out. When shit is getting shut down, when the grinding is ceasing, like you mentioned in Ecclesiastes 12. All these things are happening and they don't mention it, they don't talk about it. Even if you don't believe what they're doing is the mark of the beast, you should at least be addressing it according to the scriptures.
What is it?
That's important.
Just want to put you niggas in a full Nelson, man. What are y'all doing? And you know he can't be mad because Jake supporting these things. But then the Lord has put the spirit on y'all to fall for that bullshit. Because y'all the same spirits that were saying crucify him, crucify him. That's really what it boils down to, man. The Lord has blinded you from seeing it. This thing ain't about friends on t-shirts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, brother. You're good. I was gonna say it ain't hard to see. You know, if you're paying attention, it's like it's not even hard to see. You know, because this devil has been showing, you know, for a minute where he's moving things, man. You know, I remember, you know, like years ago, I did a video, and it may still be on YouTube, where you could walk in this store. You didn't have to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you could go get what you want, you know, and then walk out. You know? And I can't remember what the name of it was. And now you got Amazon switching on over, you know, Amazon Go and all this, you know, switch. Kroger is switching over, you know what I'm saying, to you know, cashless. So he's been showing, you know, if they're not dealing with cash, what are they gonna deal with?
He's progressing everything. Amazon, if you realize, my E bought water off of Amazon the other day. So I couldn't get no water out of Walmart, so I just got it off Amazon. And in my head, I'm like, we gotta get water from Amazon. Just like
Amazon, I was listening to the radio today. Amazon is getting it to where they can start broadcasting the NFL.
Right.
Everything gonna be Amazon.
So with Amazon,
Knock everything down.
with Amazon, because you know, I do deliveries and stuff like that, and most of the units and buildings and stuff, they have Amazon lockers, to where it just scans. People can scan like a key fob or something, and it opens their mailbox so they can get their mail. They can get packages that way. Everything is going towards this digital, right? For you to sit here and say, nope, it ain't that. It's like, hold up, nigga. You're either retarded, or you have an agenda, or you've been paid off. It's one of the two.
Could be all three.
It could be all. You could be retarded and paid off.
Right. It's funny how he's putting up his system, this infrastructure right before I asked. Like you said, you got the lockers.
Niggas got the audacity to sit like, nope, this has nothing to do with anything.
So without using a key fob, now you can just put it in your hand and you can just go beep. And you good to go. You don't, what do you lose your key fob?
A lot of these apartments, people are they're conditioning people already be used to dealing that way. Well, some of the apartment buildings down here, they scan your thumbprint. That's how you get into your house.
Yep, they got it on your phone.
Yeah.
Hey, now they got it to where all you gotta do is just tap your if your debit card has a chip, all you have to do is just tap it, and guess what? You just pay.
I noticed that. I went to pay for something the other day, and my card went over the scanning part before I put the thing in, and they already paid. I said, what the hell? I was like, y'all siphoning people money, but I didn't know what it was. And I said, you know what I mean?
I didn't know how to pay. I went to 2 stores. I didn't know how to pay. And I just gave it to them. It was like, this tap. I'm like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? But see, if you notice, they made it mandatory for everybody that debit card that had that chip. And then they upgraded the technology for these merchandise machines, if you will, to just use the tap. So it's constantly evolving.
It's gradualism.
So I was just the chip, you know, when I noticed when mine started working some years ago, I kept trying to stick to my regular old swipe. Yeah, swiping. And one day it just stopped working. Yeah. They were like, well, you got something sent to you, and it was a chip. Basically, they force you to do it.
Yeah. So they're gradually. So, you know, okay, chip now. Then you can tap it. Oh, we don't take cash. We don't do cash here. I tried to go buy some food this lady at the 20. She said, we don't do cash. You know what I mean? So gradually, in society, they're conditioning people the same way they condition the women to think they don't need a man. Okay? They're conditioning you gradually to want to do everything digital.
Right. That's why cryptocurrency is going to be the next big thing. That's why they're perfecting blockchain, these are nature, different transitions. Transactions, I should say, electronically. The cryptocurrency is a wild west right now. It's only been around 13 years.
It's a money grab. But what's gonna happen with that?
They're gonna shut it down.
They're gonna shut that shit down, or it's gonna be integrated into this devil system, and they're gonna say to keep that money, you gotta
do this. You gotta get chip.
You know what I'm saying?
We might as well get that Revelation 13.
Yeah, might as well get it.
We've been talking about it so much.
You know what I mean? So in order for you to function in society, it says you're gonna need something. It ain't Christianity. That's so damn dumb. But you know, hey, it's been given to those who sing this week. To some it hasn't been given.
Yeah, I mean, the cut is like most people in the so-called developed world, most of them are either agnostic or atheists.
Yeah.
Or just don't subscribe to any religion.
The most populated country, China, they're Buddhists.
Right. Or communists, which they don't rely on any religion.
Yeah.
So that's
Japan, they Buddhist and the other religion shit. I don't know, like Hindu or whatever it's called. You know, you go to India, they got their own stuff. You know what I mean? It's not Christianity. That don't even make sense. The math ain't mathing. You know what I mean? That don't add up.
Why would you deliver someone that never represented you, never believed to have maybe you? I've been believing in Buddha this whole time, and then when the Lord comes to deliver everybody, he can deliver me. Okay, I'm good now. No, it ain't gonna happen like that. I can't be not having the faith of believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then when the Lord comes to deliver us, you have someone that believes, you know, in all these different idols, and to the last minute, and then still believe, but yet gonna get delivered. Because the Lord, He loves everybody.
You know, it doesn't make sense, man. So there's prophecy, and there's a certain progression of how things are supposed to happen according to the Bible. So this is Revelation. You got it? Revelation 13:16.
Revelation 13:16 says, and He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
And it's important to look up the meaning of words, because when you look it up, it tells you there's something that's a physical mark. There's something that's etched into your skin, carved, graven thing into your skin, man. So it doesn't matter whether it's in your right hand, your forehead, your butt cheek. They're going to implement it to where you need this physical thing to function from day to day.
Exactly, physical thing, man. Right. You got niggas out there that's gonna tell you that it's a pledge. You make a pledge with your right hand. Right. Stupid niggas, man.
Why would they say that?
Oh, you got the mark. Come on.
I'll tell you this, because majority of those people that in these other groups and camps, they're content with the captivity that we're in.
Right.
They don't actually want to see this place fall. When you come into this truth, you should be hoping for the downfall of this place, because that's when the Lord's kingdom gets established upon the earth. You can't serve two masters.
That's right.
Okay?
You can't be a king or a queen in an apartment.
Right.
Hey, Jake trying to play it cool, but that shit. Yeah, that shit be hitting him in the chest, man. He trying to play it cool. Damn. But yeah, Jake be proud about nothing. He stay in an apartment. You know, one of the brothers, he in an apartment, and he door to door with some alphabet people. So he hearing that every night. You ain't no king, you ain't no queen right now. Right now we're low, man. And we long to be, in our kingly, robe, so to speak. Go ahead, bro.
It says back in Revelation 13:16, and He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Okay, so one, if you can't buy or sell, how do you live? Because nobody has a farm. This devil has eliminated so many facets of how you can survive. Right. He paid the farmers to destroy their farmland, and then went and bought all the shit up. So it's not like you can go places and just start growing shit to have your own food, be off grid. You know what I mean? And even those, a lot of those preppers are dying.
Yes.
Yeah. So, this devil is eliminating any other avenue to be, to fend for yourself except through him.
Right.
Okay, so when he says he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, you can't function in society unless you get down with this man.
That's right.
Now we know there is one way around getting in bed with the wicked.
So then we got up to the third floor.
And that's pursuing the Lord, man.
We know it has to be something tangible, because how can you implement an ideology in order to buy and sell? Like, say for instance, how can I make, if it's Christianity, how can I force Christianity on you? And then how am I going to be able to measure whether or not you believe in Christianity?
Jacob just lied. Jacob, that was the case.
Jacob,
if you went to the store and they
technically
said,
we're Christians.
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm a Christian.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Hey, you want this cheeseburger? Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I believe in the Bible. Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Yeah, for sure. Nigga, that's not it.
Because we technically are Christians.
Yeah.
So you could use gall, in order to eat. But it's something that's you have to receive that's physical. How you know what I'm saying? How are you gonna implement something that's how you gonna measure something that's intangible, like an ideology? Say for instance, if it's an embargo, well, an embargo stops you from buying and selling.
Right.
So how is an embargo going to ensure that you're able to eat if you have it? When an embargo, like say for instance, Iran has an embargo on it. So we know it can't be that. It has to be something that's tangible. It has to be something that's within you. that they're going to be able to measure. And if you do research, again, I know I'm harping on this blockchain technology, they're going to decentralize everything with this blockchain technology to where if you have a passport, you have your own blockchain. That's going to be your own like physical like fingerprints, so your technological fingerprints, and that's just one facet of life. They have a Fetch AI, and they have a technology that's geared towards, you know what I'm saying, blockchain technologies just for passports. They're gonna have blockchain technology for everything. Blockchain technology for open up a door, because you gotta think how do people open up that door? How is that person recognized?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sophisticated to where if you come to my house and you have
they knew what time you got there, when you left, when you went to the bathroom, all that.
It's gonna be certain like algorithms that's gonna be in that chip to say, oh, this is so and so. This is Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Say for instance, you have a chip and you come to my house. You're not gonna be able to open my door. Why is that? Well, why? Well, because that technology that they have, man.
Yeah.
So every facet of your life is going to be monitored. That's why these 5G networks have been implanted, and that's why there was so much misinformation about the 5G networks. That's why I'm talking about people like, oh, it's radiation. They wanted that misinformation to come out. The technology, the connectivity on 5G network is going to blow a 4G network out of the water to where they're going to have cameras everywhere, much like what you see where in China.
Yeah, surveillance state. They have your social credit score.
Yeah, and guess what? China's damn near digital.
Yeah, and and how that ties in with the scriptures is you got to remember that this devil has a God complex. All right, he wants to be like the Most High. Now the scriptures say that the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he's trying to mimic what the Most High does. The Most High sees everything. He's omnipresent, right? So he's trying to become omnipresent through his technology. Right. He's trying to achieve all these things that the Lord is going to give us freely in the kingdom of heaven through his technology. He's trying to usurp the throne of the Most High. Right. All right?
Hey, can somebody get this brother, what's that, 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter?
Yeah, but he says,
You know what I'm saying? That son of perdition is being seen, man.
Start at 3.
Verse 3. Yeah. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
So there's a man of sin. There's a nation of people that the Bible refers to as the wicked. Okay? They carry. We're gonna read it, because when you jump down to verse 8 or 7, it tells you there's a nation of people that carry out the doing of Satan on earth. Go ahead.
It's crazy.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God.
So there's a man upon the earth that exalted himself above all that is called God. Now, if we sat here and we said, well, who fits that description?
Right.
The list gets really small. Go ahead.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
And it's always been his desire to defile the temple. All right? In 70 AD, what were they? Their first thing they went to, they defiled the temple. They stole all the stuff out of it. And in this time, they're trying to defile the temple again, which temple ye are, right? They're trying to defile that temple with that technology once more.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Verse 5, remember ye not that when I...
Go ahead and put an exclamation on that point. All right? Go ahead, man.
Remember.
You know, in the movies, like somebody will say something and they like have a laugh.
God. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
That's right. Hey, during the time of the Greeks, what did they implement? Well, they Hellenized the whole world, meaning they forced everybody to come under the Greek culture. And what did they erect? The abomination of desolation.
Right.
Right? A very, very, basically, that's a proverb, you know what I'm saying, epithet going into basically a very, very sore idol. You know what I'm saying? And we see that abomination of desolation being erected again, going into these RFID chips that's going to be eventually implanted in you.
And this whole thing going on, this pestilence, was the perfect catalyst to usher in that technology.
Right.
They have that saying, never let a crisis go to waste. You still there?
Okay.
Still there? Okay.
Verse 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
We know who, you know, controls the dynamics of everything. Go ahead, brother.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
The wicked is being revealed now through that blatantly lie. They told you one thing, this 6 months later, oh, that's not true. They made you make a life-altering decision based off false information.
Yep. And they tell you that it might kill you. They're coming out with they're saying with the rooster stocks. They're saying that, hey, you know, these shots here, it's more than likely it's gonna be a detriment to your immune system.
Right. Google, this article came out in the UK. They said those who have taken the vacation are dying at a 286%.
I saw that.
Great.
Dying at 280%, 86% rate more than those who didn't take a vacation.
Right.
So they told you one thing, and they staked their life on, hey, you need to take this and lower your percentage. Now they're saying they don't do none of that.
Right.
This man has been,
Let's say with the with the Marion variant, the jab doesn't even work.
Do you know how high 286% is?
Bro.
That's damn near 300.
That means basically that's 2 times.
That's damn near 3 times.
Damn near 3
Damn
times.
near 3 times more likely to die.
You take this, you got 3 times more chance of dying if you don't take it. But take it anyway. And then get the boosters too.
Oh.
And it's letting you know, like, and then you had this guy, B Jizzle. We know who that is, right? Y'all know who BG is. Come out years ago on TED Talk and say, you know what? There's too many people on the planet Earth. But you know, if we do a good job with vaccinations, we can lower the population.
He said we gotta lower. He said he wanna. Okay, first of all, the man isn't even a doctor.
Right.
And then he had a TED Talk saying that he wanted to get the population down. For him to get his plans going, he has to get the population down to what, 500 million?
Yeah, Georgia Guidestones.
So he said this about the vacations, right? Then got up in the forefront of the whole world and said, hey everybody, take these vacations.
Right.
And you niggas took it.
Yeah. Had Juvenile talking about max that thing up. Throwing out cars.
Said, max that thing up. They went and got your favorite niggas so you can just cool and dance to his tune. He's casted a spell on our people.
That's it.
And the Lord has set up his men to warn and say, hey, this is leading to this. It's going to be a slippery slope if you get in bed with this man who's never told you the truth in the first place, who's never had your best interests in the first place. Everything he does is specifically geared towards you. He uses code words, minority community, you know what I mean? He says all these super predators. He always uses these code words to talk specifically about you because you're his rival. He's our rival. This story is about, it always boils down to who? Jacob and Esau.
Yeah. Hey, because if you think about it, the whole Cram Royale, we're talking to code, it started from a man, you just took it up. Thank you, brother. A Chinese woman eating a bat, and they showed on CNN, she just crunching on the bat. And then a few months later, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you're the face of COVID.
Right.
How did that happen, man?
Right.
That let you know that this man, the son of perdition, is vehemently against you, man.
Yeah, it went from China, went on world tour, and landed in the projects and ghettos on you niggas and figures.
Right.
You know, showing you that this dude is a devil, man, and he's after you, man. If you can't see it, you know.
And what did the prophets say? When Trump was in office, They said, oh, it's a Chinese virus. And the prophet said what? They gonna spin this thing some kind of way to where you're the problem.
Right.
And what happened? You became the problem.
Right. But we crazy.
Right. We crazy though.
We crazy.
Okay. We said there was gonna be a week. What? 5 years ago, I got a clip of the brothers in Atlanta saying, "Hey, there's gonna be a worldwide pestilence that they're gonna use to get you people to do certain things." And what happened? Well, we crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You supposed to, hey, the Lord has always delivered warnings so people can receive salvation through his men, through prophets that he set up.
That's right.
He's not subject to change, so he's gonna do things the same way.
That's right. Yep. That's right. We got any scriptures against these scriptures.
And I got one real, I still got that. Can I bring this out real quick? This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
And it's blatantly stated that our enemy was going to be the one taking us into captivity on ships. Huh. So why would you listen? Goodness, man. Jake,
Nigga ain't shot you not one time. Nigga.
how many chances you gonna get this man?
Right.
He just straight up and tell you, yeah, we did Tuskegee. Yeah, we did that. But just get over it and just trust us.
Right.
That was his.
Hey, talking about that white man, Jake Lee. Oh no.
At the end of the day, it's about love.
Oh, no.
All right, bro. Appreciate
There
it.
they go.
Yeah.
Jake is the only person that believes in multiculturalism.
Silly rabbit.
Everybody else have their own communities, man. When you see a Chinatown, do you call that racist? When you see a Korean town, do you call that racist?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you see an Elamite town, do you call that racist?
No. It's just, they got their own
They
shit.
have their own community. When you see a Israelite neighborhood, do you call that racist? No. You say that's their neighborhood.
But you got Monday coming up. You got that dang sellout that made you think that, oh, we all got to come to know. We had some kind of sense, at least during that time. With our own communities, we said, hey, man, we understood how important it was to represent ourselves with some kind of honor and integrity, just a little bit.
Yeah. But Jacob promote non-violence when it comes to Esau.
Yeah.
But you got a multi-billion-dollar industry that promotes a death or murder amongst our people.
It might be in the trillions.
It might. It's very possible.
Because you got to remember, too, not just the record labels in it, they make money, but people go to concerts and all these things. It boosts a rapper that promotes that vibration will come to your town, and everybody goes out and spends money. It boosts the economy in certain towns and .coms. You know, this place thrives. You know, our nation. You know, this is their religion. You know, subscribing to that vibration and pushing up adultery and murder and all those different things. But hey, that's a big business for you know this corporation in general, man. Right. That vibration is being pushed. Hip hop, so to speak. It ain't just this little subculture. No, it kind of bleeds into everything. Yeah. It's like it.
Keep going. Back in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus Sirach, chapter 12, I'll read verse 10 again. There you go. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
That's right. Is that more today where he said he had needs of thee here in speak?
Oh, that's the next one.
That's the next verse.
Next chapter.
Next chapter.
That chapter. Yeah. Okay.
I get it. We get it.
Because it's going into what we bringing out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he has need of you, I'm sorry.
No,
you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, like it said, bro, though he humbled himself and go crouching, man. You know, I used an example like one time, man, like when my son was born, man, you know, we took him to the doctor and they was, he really should give him,
Vacation?
vacations. I'm like, nah, you know, I'm just learning, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I was on that, we'll think about it. Next visit, I'm more and more they kept asking, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, so I'm like, nah, my son not getting well. Oh, well, you can't come well. We think something wrong with him then. You know, I'm trying to bitch was straight, man, bitch came a straight devil, bro. She was cool, everything was fine, long as, and that's all you see up in that clinics, man. It's Jake, baby, Issachar, just shooting our people up with that shit, man.
Jump start.
Fucking our
Day
people
one.
up, man. That's why people got the highest fucking rate of autism, ADHD, all from this shit, man. It's been actually, doctors came out with proof that this is linked to that shit, man.
Yep.
And here it is, he pushing around you damn dumb niggas, man. Take your child and get that shit, man. Letting them shoot your child up with that fucking poison, man.
Hero, he was gonna be back in a movie a few years ago,
Yeah.
and I think it was called.
Yeah, we're going to that. Yeah.
And they basically, when they got on him, he backed out of the nope. Yeah, you won't be here tomorrow. Yeah, you know, quit.
Why is it you can talk about murdering people, murdering our people, doing all these dang wicked things, and when you start talking about things like that, things of importance, people go, Robert De Niro, you better not do that movie. People get spooked. They're like, oh, I probably not gonna. Nah. They never make. It was a movie that was supposed to come out. That was what was it called? It was going to feature the Hebrew Israelites in it.
Oh, you talking about damn, I know
That movie never got made. The director, something he just pooped in the thin air.
Danny Glover was going to
Yeah, Danny Glover was gonna do it. But whenever truth is getting spoken on, or a critical conversation is had and it is looked at even objectively, that shit gets shut down, man.
what's that scripture says? He make himself a prey that's speaking up right now?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I think it's like Isaiah
59. I'll get that you asked for. This is Sirach, chapter 13, and I'll start at verse 3. And it reads, the rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wronged, and he must entreat also.
Hey, so you got the rich man, which we know according to Job 9 and 24, that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? So when Edom, when he's done wickedness, he's entreated. He's told that by the people who he's oppressed at FAs, okay, chiefly by our women, because he's in power. Well, you know what? I forgive you. You know, you got we were out here like 2 years ago, and I brought up the crime bill to this Judite woman. She said, well, you know, Biden, he's evolved from that. Really? He's evolved from calling you Negro, you so-called Negroes, you Judites, beasts of savages, and we should vote for him?
He's evolved. No, for somebody to think that way up there, because he was still up in his, 30s, almost 40s when he said that?
No, he was like 50, he's 80-something years old, bro.
Hey, now I seen an interview where he was talking,
like 60-something, 50, 60 years old.
I seen an interview back in the day when he was like maybe like 40 or something, and he was talking about this, the so-called Haitians, and he was calling them like savages, or nobody would care about Haiti if he sunk in the water. And so for somebody to think like that, they just don't evolve late in age from that. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, that person's foundation of understanding of who they are is that way.
You said your weight.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. That's why the scriptures even tell you not to put new wine in the old wine skin. Right. So, he evolved. Come on now.
Can't teach your old dog
New tricks.
That's right.
So, back in Sirach 13, verse 4, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee.
And that's precisely what we see. See, now that, he was trying to get in the office, he used you so-called Negroes. He used your plight against you, right? Now he had certain interviews saying, I was the only white boy standing up against Trump and the things that he said. When in 1994, you was calling us savages and said that we need to get locked up because we're psychopaths.
Right.
Because we're monsters.
They dupe you niggas every 4 years.
Damn. And under his administration, guess what? You're being led to death even more.
Yeah.
with these various inoculations.
Hey man, the Democrats, just to keep it a buck with you, and it's all one thing. It's really a one-party system. Two wings of the same bird, like Elder Gabar always says. Okay? But they just tricking you niggas into thinking they're concerned with you. Take a look around you. What has been done for you ever? I'll wait. Nothing has really been done for you ever, especially from that side. But you get duped that the only party you need to be a part of is the party of Yahweh Shah. Okay, that's the avenue that you should be concerned with. Nigga, you in captivity. You ain't gonna vote your way out of captivity, nigga. But our people, man, they lack understanding. They think that change is gonna. No, man. There's only one concern. There's only one kingdom that we're truly concerned with. That's the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Now, if I can add real quick, just to add to what the Quran elder said, you know, with under this dude, it's been more death. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga is after you Jakes, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is talking about setting up juicing stations in barbershops, beauty shops. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere that he knows you like to be, man. You know, who's in the barbershops every week?
Right.
In the beauty shops, getting their hair done and nails done. Jake, man.
Yep. Didn't they send to Breakfast Club? Mm-hmm. You listen to the Breakfast Club? Yeah. Yeah. Why would they?
Right.
Yeah. And that campaign was so sleazy, showing her like, look. She's listening to Atomic Dog.
Right.
Yeah. She like hot sauce like you guys. Yeah. And you niggas just ate it up, bro.
Yeah. Bro.
That's so condescending, bro.
That shit was
so fucking excuse my language. Yeah. That's so condescending.
Right. It was like one big
low level, bro.
It was like one big Wayans brothers. You know how the Wayans brothers, they'll make a skit showing how this white man try to belittle you. Yeah. Or like, don't be a menace to you seen that movie, right? Don't be a menace. It was like they was mocking Jake to their face, but it was like Jake didn't get that they were being mocked. It was just like, damn, this shit is embarrassing.
That's what we do.
We did
Goofy,
it,
man.
We did it, Joe. And they really did you, niggas. They really did it.
Win, man. And now y'all gonna be led to slaughter. So you never supposed to trust your enemy, man.
Right.
And they entreat you because they have need for you.
Yep.
They need you to believe in them.
Yep.
And chiefly because they need your energy to push an agenda. Let's go back to the scripture.
Yeah. Of course. We're gonna be if he's gonna be in every barbershop, beauty shop, who's gonna be inserting this in you? Is it gonna be your barber? She's gonna get a fade? Yeah, a fade, and then I'm gonna give you this inoculation before you go.
They're gonna be setting up, vacation stations in all those areas.
Yep.
They're also gonna use the military to administer a lot of it.
Right. That's right. Back in Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
That's right. And a lot of you guys are going to be forsaken. If Joe Biden gets into the office again, a lot of you guys who voted for him, you're going to see that he was a fraud. You're seeing it now. His approval rate is like at 42%. Right?
That's not even a deed.
And all they had to do is just put in an idiot to run in the Republican Party, right? Just said a so-called racist, right, to run the Republican Party. You niggas gonna run to the Democratic. Hey, what's up, brother? You gonna run into the Democratic Party again and be duped again, right? But real soon, the draconian laws gonna be put in place because your vibration is not gonna be needed anymore, man. It's chief, the so-called black woman. Your vibration not gonna be needed anymore. Hey, because after Joe Biden was voted in, you had articles saying the black woman saved the country, don't make us do it again. Did y'all see that article?
What?
The black woman saved the country, don't make us do it again. They had the black woman just chest all out. But guess what? You're gonna be duped to that day, man. Look it up, brothers. It's up to that nature. Not verbatim, but it's up to that nature. So a lot of people that believe in the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, you're being duped, man. Right? And you're gonna find out that he doesn't have any need for you again. He deems a lot of you guys as bottomless feeders. And so he's gonna take you out by these various inoculations.
They show you that in a lot of movies. The bad guy, he'll use the pretty woman until she doesn't have any usefulness anymore. Any of the scars of her, that's what he's gonna do with the nigga woman. I still had that precept one of y'all talk for me.
Yeah, it's a little more to get to the point. Sirach 13:5. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou?
That's right. So what do you guys want? And now what is Biden doing? Well, he's giving out these various loans to so-called black women that have businesses. And you have black women saying, the so-called black man, he's disenfranchised. He's stuck. He doesn't want to move forward. But the money he's giving out is just funny money. This fiat currency doesn't have any value. So the money that you're getting, your businesses are not going to come or not. The businesses, the loans that you're taking out, guess what? Your businesses are being shut down. Why is that? Because there's a dang on pandemic. And so the business loan that you receive, guess what? You're not going to be able to pay it back. Because these businesses are failing at an exponential rate. Okay? So yeah, he's giving you loans, but guess what? He already knows that I'm going to shut this economy down anyway. Okie doke. So what one is thou?
Right.
When you want more money to clean your neighborhood, Tyrone, go ahead. You know what? Screw it. Yeah. Screw it. Screw it. Here you go, Keisha.
Yeah.
Here you go, homegirl.
You know, so then it'll be like, well, I tried to help you guys.
Yep.
And he'll be able to say that.
Watch you do it when you go in the house.
This man
lock your stores up because it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
You can't get no money now.
Yep. There was I was watching I forget, it was news, but it was on Spectrum, and it was actually had a segment of a clip that was going on about a store in Deep Ellum that an Issacharite owns, and her store had to shut down because her whole family got COVID, and we know that those COVID tests really are a lot of it is false. A lot of it is just and one. I say go on, no shuts down. And one, we know that the Crown Royale is just simply the common cold. Now, all of a sudden, like the flu, they say 98%. The flu is 98% gone, which is BS. It's just, and then you look at the symptoms of the flu and the infamous pandemic. It's damn near identical. Right. This happens every year, but they're able to change, they use those code words and give you this test that's probably just telling you got the freaking common cold, and then use that as a pretense to shut you down. Right. So a lot of people that have businesses, they're being shut down. That they probably receive these loans from the Biden administration. Okay? So that he's using you.
That was it? All right, so yeah, this is Isaiah 59. And I'll start at 14. It says, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. And I always say, man, we're not going to receive justice until the return of our Lord.
That's right. That's right. And everything that we deem as, that you people deem as justice, I should say, man, it's a catch-22. You know what I'm saying? And us coming out here and telling you a diagnosis, the fraud, the oppression that you're trusting in, we are demonized. We'll look that crazy. Can somebody get that in Isaiah, what's that, 33? Or is it 30 or 33? That trust in oppression? Yeah, that's 30. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
Okay, where the truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yeah, truth failing, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey.
That's right. So we are telling our people not to take certain inoculations, not to follow after the New World Order by bowing down and taking the abomination of desolation. And we're demonized. We're seen as crazy. Right? He talking about hell. And people considering what the heck he's saying, man. But we over here telling him, man, it's gonna be something that you can't fathom on this earth, according to Daniel the 12th chapter.
Poor man's wisdom is disregarded.
But our people would rather prefer listening to that. Planet hell. You know what I'm saying? The whole damn planet is on fire.
Right.
How is that gonna work? So it's gonna collide, is it gonna be able to pick people up with the sun rays that are quicker to hell?
Yeah, it's stupid. And when the Lord judge a man like that, spreading lies, and we say what the Lord judged him, you niggas get mad at us.
We don't even know if he's real. We don't even know if he's real. That's why I put him up as a cartoon character. He never showed his face. We don't know if he's real. They could just be crying. Think about that. They could just be like, my sleep died, and I need about 30 grand to bury him, you know, so he has a certain way that he would be buried. Well, he could be sitting on the couch drinking a goddamn margarita laughing at y'all. No proof.
Yeah.
Don't know what the nigga look like.
Don't know what he look like. He talking about a planet in hell, Captain Planet gonna come and kill the earth. Like, nigga, what?
Captain Planet. Hey.
Planet X, Captain. Come on, man.
Well endowed.
That's right. So
what are you talking about?
So Jacob listened to that. Jacob listened to these political parties as salvation, but they don't want to listen to sound doctrine, and we are giving sound doctrine. We're demonized. We're as prey unto these people.
It's gonna sit well with their spirit, and when you get into this word, man, it's a call for you to change. Some of those niggas that was making videos, you know, scoffing at us, one nigga had a blunt in his mouth.
Right. They're low level. That's why Jake really shouldn't get mad at them.
Yeah. He subscribed to that dude because it wasn't a requirement for him to become a new creature listening to that dude. Yeah. He got to be a nigga that know he's Israelite, a nigga with an Israelite twist. That's all. So that Jake flocking to these dudes because it doesn't really require for them to really change.
That's right. They trusted oppression. And if you look at that word oppression, it means a fraud. Go ahead, Bilal.
This is Isaiah 30.
And off on this one because I know brother about to grab it.
So Isaiah 30, verse 12. It says, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise these words, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression, and
now I have a 1611. Let me find that. I have a study Bible. If you look at that word oppression in the study Bible in the margins, it actually says fraud or a lie. So our people trust in a lie versus sound doctrine. Okay?
It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
That's right. So it's going to suddenly fall upon you, man. Much like what happened in Katrina. You know, people were having I know people that was in the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, people who knew people was in the midst of the Hurricane Katrina. They was having an F Katrina party. They were partying it up. Yeah, they were having an F Katrina party.
Came
and everything was cool until that damn, I want to say downtown broke. And guess what? That whole downtown was flooded.
I gotta get it now.
It was flooded. So the next thing, what's crazy is I had a personal testimony of a woman saying that the same person who was saying, girl, I'm about to go to this F Katrina party, I'm about to do it up. She on the news crying for help with her baby in her hand. My baby need Pampers. You know what I'm saying? On the roof. Okay? And symbolically speaking, that's going to be a lot of you people that's trusting in Esau Edom. Trusting in oppression. He knew we was talking about him.
Yeah.
See that?
He's probably been online. He's Edomite.
No, it could just be the spirit.
Yeah. Can I read this for you? Because you mentioned the Katrina incident. It's Matthew 24:37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. They were partying, like the brother said.
Yeah.
Unconcerned.
When they felt that first drop, they was like, whoa.
What's that?
Because they never witnessed. They never went there. They was, man, look at Noah. Man, I'm about to go to the club now. Man, look at this thing. Scoffing.
Yeah.
Probably throwing stuff at him.
Right.
And they do this.
I'm saying that for 120 years.
You
Look at that.
We've been prophesying a long time. We've been prophesying. Hey, the word been coming out for a while.
I could say that you may have some people that was into it, you know, with knowing, like, you know, he might have a point.
You might have a point.
1 year, 5 years.
They're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
Bro, it's been 9 years.
Yup.
39.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Saying that we still here. I ain't seen that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I gotta live my life.
Right.
I got kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And knew not until the verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's right. Even in the night, man. People are walking down the street. They're having a good time, bro. They're not worried about the end time. People trying to get up on some females. People trying to party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're not concerned with
They waiting for the next big thing. So when that time hit, man, it's gonna be, hey, when that time hit, you know, a lot of people gonna be caught out there.
Right.
A lot of people aren't paying attention. A lot of people aren't aware of political news and things of that nature. And we'll give you top knowledge, man. And filtering it through the scriptures.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to be doing as watchmen. But you got a lot of people who call themselves watchmen, right? Whether it be people that are Christians or people that know that they're Israelites, they're making a merchandise out of these scriptures, man.
Yeah.
And with vain words that they're causing many people to go astray. Did you have a precept? Can you get Ezekiel 34? Yeah, I just don't want to be up here dry talking. Scriptures, man. That's where it's at. Started too. So we had started on there, and you know, we just segue to going back to diagnosing a false prophet. Let the scriptures speak. You know.
Ezekiel 34:2, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy, say unto them, thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
That's right. So these shepherds are eating good, but they're not giving the flock what they need, which is this word. Hey, what did Yahushua say to Peter? He said, Peter, do you love me? He said, Peter said, yeah, of course I love you. He said, if you love me, feed my flock. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Not getting T-shirts made and selling it. Fat, like Broski said, fattening our pockets, man.
Can I read this? It's Deuteronomy 18:22. It says, when a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that thing, that is the thing which the Lord have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously. Now you have men that say, ain't no microchips. It ain't this and ain't that. But you're seeing it play out. You have to weigh in the balance. Is this man really a man of the Lord? Are they on the, is the Lord dealing with this person? Because the things they said ain't no Jacob's trouble. Everything is headed towards that. We see it playing out in cities. In LA, they say it's like the purge right now. They said, don't come out here. We don't know if we have enough officers to protect you.
Right.
These things are playing out. And for somebody to say these things presumptuously, you got to come and bring it into question, man. Is this person somebody has to be hearkening to?
See? You got something?
real quick.
We'll end off on this right here.
2 Corinthians 5:11 says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. But we are made to manifest unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and I trust also be made manifest in your conscience. The terror of the Lord, us having that fear of the Lord, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that when it's pursuing the Isaiah 33, it is persuading us to pull out these worldly ways, as it says in Micah 2:10. Coming out of this world for what? To retrieve, to basically retrieve and receive salvation. Lord willing, we are those men. And we don't, like you say, hey, it ain't no, who else out here doing this? You know, going the highways and byways. So the Lord is getting ready to deliver us, bring forth anger, wrath, and we got to basically be prepared. So we got to do away from this world and receive the kingdom.
That's it, bro. That's that's a beautiful way to end it. Beautiful words, brother. Hey, with that being said, we want to give all praise to our Heavenly Father. His name is
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the apostle, elders that rule well. Peace, me, and salutations to you. I count to in the truth. Shalom.
Shalom.